We have a chance today to visit the Ethnographic Museum in Prishtina, which is a jewel. It is fantastic. It is an old house that we are going to see now from the 18th century in this beautiful little town of Prishtina as it was under the Ottoman Empire. So we're starting out by seeing the balcony, the lovely balcony outside where guests would gather. Now we're going to enter the house here. Notice the way that they protected the windows here. The awnings came up and down. Quite beautiful. Here is the cheshme, the water source for the house. Here's another house that they are now restoring and that will be full of ethnographic treasures from Kosovo, costumes that will be open in a few months by the time we have our ethno tour of Kosovo in July. I am dressed in the costume of Opoya, which don't have the right shoes on, but this is the characteristic red bottom of Opoya and the red sash and the little vest, and this is the Opoya basic costume. So come with me inside. Be careful, don't bump your head because the tops and bottoms, it's very small. So from the 18th century, here is the kitchen on the bottom floor. And here you have the fire where they cooked. And you have the lo sofra. Usually it's wood, but this is a wealthy family. So that has to be considered. This was the home of a wealthy family in the 18th century during the Ottoman occupation of this place. So here you have all of their tepsiya, their big trays for food. And over here you have something about Kosovo culture that I love. This is called the maja. The maja is where the flour was stored and also you made bread. And here is the sifter, an old sifter you can see. So here's where you would sift the flour. And then over here was a flat place where you could knead the bread. And here are the other things that they used here. This is a beautiful, beautiful maja that closes to preserve the flour. Let's go upstairs, but be careful on these stairs. Ah, yes. So what I love about these old houses in the old style is that in some ways they have such good ideas, and it's such a great way to live in some ways. For example, here's a fireplace. It's in this hallway, but this fireplace heated the whole house and also into the other rooms on the other side, which is such a great idea. So here we come into one of the bedrooms like this. So you see some cradles, dip. These were the old-fashioned cradles, beautifully carved with the beautifully hand-woven materials, you see. To cover the baby, the babies were swaddled and put in these cradles and stayed like that most of the day, a lot of the time covered up. These are the old costumes. The shoes I should be wearing with this costume are like this, opange, made out of leather. And this is the men's costume from Opoya in the southwest of Kosovo. Very heavy, beautiful wool. Here's the shirt, the man's shirt, like this. The man's shirt. And what we call tirch. So these tirch are the men's pants. And they are so heavy. This is very thick, heavy wool that they could wear for many, many years. Very heavy, even to lift them. So you can imagine. Now we're going to go into the oda. Oh, by the way, this is an ark. We call it an ark, a chest. And in this ark, the bride would put all of the things she had made, she had worked on for many years. She would be getting married. In preparation for that, she would put in this ark all of her belongings and all of the handwork that she made. Careful on the top here. This is a very low entrance. And here we have the oda. Oda. And the Oda is the living room. Such a beautiful way to be together. Traditional Oda, looking out on the garden. We also have here an example of a Has costume, the region of Has, with the wooden platforms from the hips. That's another story. It's an amazing costume. And here, Jubleta, over here from northern Albania. Beautiful, hard, wool, heavy costume. And look at these cupboards. These beautiful hand-carved cupboards for keeping the family's things. Like that. And so that is your Oda. But here, you see, is where the fireplace that we saw on the other side in the hallway lets out heat to warm the Oda. Just beautiful idea. And here is the shower room, the bathroom. Hamamcik. And then we come out again into, watch your head here. We come out again into the balcony. So a beautiful place to sit in the summertime. And here is where they would wash their hands to do their prayers, with a drain going out. So it's a beautiful idea here. So this is a very beautiful house for a wealthy family in the 18th century. Thank you for joining me on this tour. Faleminderit shumë.